Hey, 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 hey. Hi, it's Jody. It's Campfire Fridays. I am your host. It is a little early. Well, it's noon my time here. It's now Pacific Daylight Time because we're now in daylight savings time. I am in my car today. Dan is having a little procedure done, and so I am broadcasting here because once he comes out, I don't know if I'm going to have any more time. It's been an exciting Friday. If you guys didn't see my post or my link, make sure that you join and see Fire um, Fire on Fridays, which I have been helping substitute co-host and had a newer friend of mine, Kendra Smith, and Cynthia Holloway. It was so encouraging. So if you guys haven't joined, join there. But if you're joining, make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're joining from. Normally, I put up in right below here all the details, but I can't do it because I'm normally on my computer and then I have one of my phones in my hand. Unfortunately, I have to use my one and only phone right now, and I am broadcasting from my car, and it is a little warm. Um, so how are you all? Welcome, welcome. I'm actually in Manteca, which is about 15, 25 minutes from Stockton, where I live. It's south of Stockton. It's kind of, it's the next city, and it also is the home of that. I forget what they call it. It's the something lodge, the Wolf Lodge, the Gray Wolf Lodge, something like that. Anyway, I've yet to go there, but I'm just hanging out here at a little office building, and I thought I would come on and just, if you guys have never, welcome to Campfire Fridays. What if you this is your first time ever seeing it? I'm Jody Gambini, and I am known as the money coach. I am known as the breakthrough coach. I do coaching and consulting to really help you with your God-sized dream, whatever that is. And it all is tied together. And I use my 28 years of experience in banking and being a financial planner and a financial advisor. So it's really fun. And connecting the dots, which is my business, which is where that all is under, actually sponsors these two podcasts. And so Campfire Fridays is really around us kind of gathering around the virtual campfire, the end of the week, and just kind of reflecting, taking a moment to just taking that important moment to just breathe in, um, slow down a little, you know. So this may normally I do it at 3 o'clock, which a lot of people it hits them in the evening. This probably will hit everybody in the afternoon, unless you're watching from another country. Then this might be like 9 o'clock p.m. your time. So hello, hello, and I we always talk about a topic. So here are a couple questions, whether you're watching now or later. So if you're joining now or you're joining later, say hashtag hello and where you're joining from. If you're joining later, you can always say hashtag replay. But please say hello, because I love to just drop you a note. I love to say hello back. And I can't see, especially today, sometimes if I have my phone in my hand while I'm broadcasting out of my little office studio, I can see who's joining. I cannot see today. So please make sure you say hello at least. I love to know where you're joining from, so drop where you're joining from. And we always have a couple of fun things that we do for Campfire Friday. So the first one is, what is your weather today? So here in Manteca, it is actually really nice. It is super sunshiny. We'd had a lot of wind, but the wind has really died down. So let me know, what is your weather like? Do you have snow? Do you have sunshine? Do you have rain? Watching from Kenya. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello. So good to have you. Kenya in the house. Let us know what your weather is like. I had a friend that went to Kenya. She's actually doing another trip there, I think, this year. So, hello. You can give StreamYard permission and then I can see your name. But if not, if it comes up like this, just drop your name so I know. Um, but welcome, welcome, welcome. So, let us know what your weather is like today. Here is the fun thing we do on Campfire Fridays. It's kind of become our little thing. In one word or one sentence, describe the last 7 days. How have your last 7 days been? You can give a one word, you can give a sentence, but and it's good because I don't know how I would describe my last 7 days. Because it's like I feel like for my last 7 days, I'm trying to think of a word that would describe a lot of action and then some resting and then more action and then resting and then more action. So my weekend, the last time I saw you guys, I apologize. We didn't do Motivational Monday this week. I kept trying to get on and it just didn't work out for Monday. And then I was going to get on Tuesday. So here is a little, as you guys are coming up with a sentence, I figured I'd share a little bit of my week, because maybe you can help me come up with one word because I can't. Exciting, unexpected, and then some wonderful things. So after I did Campfire Friday, I got in my car and drove up to Rockland, and I got to see my cousin Melissa, who doesn't live she lives Seattle and Florida, but I got to see many of my family I haven't seen since my second dad Ed's services in November 2022. And I haven't seen some of my out of state, out of area family. And so they were all flying in for a big wedding of my great niece, Miss Ashley, and her now husband, Christopher. They actually even flew in from Colorado because he's going to school there, and Ashley got an amazing job there. So it was really, really fun. I got to hang out with my cousin Melissa, be her little roomie, and we had such a great time. We went in Rockland. If you're ever in Rockland, I had seen and I've heard about this place called Early Toast, and it's right off of Highway 80 and Rockland Road. So if you're even driving up 80 to maybe go to Tahoe, Truckee, this is an awesome place. And so we went and we had like brunch there. They do brunch, they do lunch. They have a full menu of also like taco truck stuff, all Mexican breakfast, and then all the things. And they call it Early Toast because they have every kind of mimosa you can imagine, like mimosas I never even heard of. My cousin got a Cuban mimosa, and so it kind of had mint and different and lime. I had a little taste of it. It was really delicious. And then we got ready for the wedding. It was a afternoon wedding and then a full dinner and all of it. And so I also got to see my Uncle Wayne and my Auntie Margarita. It was so fun to just spend time with all the family on Saturday, the wedding and all of the things. My nephew John and his daughter did, the father-daughter dance and the toast. I got to see so many of my nieces and nephews, and it's just crazy how time flies. Even 4 years, when somebody goes from 14 to 18 or 18 to 22, those time frames happen so fast. So it was just beautiful to see the beautiful, amazing people they all were, and just to see my family. And And then we have family that's kind of joint family, like it's my nephew's other side of the family, but we're all kind of family. And so it was just really nice. And then my niece-in-law and all her family, and just friends and so many different people. So that was a wonderful night. We helped, I think our dogs were barking per se at the end of the night as my cousin Melissa and I helped kind of at the very end just a little bit with the cleanup. And then we were pretty tired. I think we both hit the hay really fast. And then the next day we got to go to dim sum. So this weekend was like a lot of beautiful treats. I don't always go out to brunch, and I got to go to this place I've seen many, called Early Toast with Melissa. An amazing, incredible wedding. So many fun moments. I got to see my Auntie Marilyn and Uncle Jim. Um, my cousins, my nephew and niece-in-law, like so many. Like my cup was overflowing with my family. Not all the family was there, but the family that was there, it was just amazing. Got to have just some great talks and just we got to go to they had a little photo booth, and I think one of my most favorite things was watching my aunts and uncles, they're like in their 70s. Well, my one aunt's not quite 70 yet, but they're and 80s, and they were dancing, and they were they were grabbing all the different hats and having so much fun. And it just really reminded me how really choosing to have fun is an ageless thing, just having fun with it. They were all out there dancing, and I caught quite a few little videos and different things. So that was wonderful. Then on Sunday, we met my aunt and uncle at a dim sum. So some of the Chinese restaurants have dim sum, and it's kind of like their form of brunch, but it has all these little dumplings and oh my goodness. The first time I ever went to dim sum was with my Uncle Ween and my Auntie Margarita. And they ordered most of the stuff, and because I always say they know they know what we all like. And so that was just amazing to have that and hang out with them a little bit. And then, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was finishing up some some not my favorite stuff. I had to really go into more of my business systems and add some things up, look at some things, and kind of do the hard things that I really had to focus on and not finish anything else. So it had this great, so I can't think of a word to describe it. So if anybody has a word to describe their week or a sentence to describe their week, and then my husband was getting ready to have this today. So it's just, I finished all of that stuff, the admin, I really had to work on my Quicken, or is it QuickBooks? I think I have Quicken. And try to get everything set up. I had finished everything for 2023 and then getting everything put in place for 2024 and just finishing a lot of that stuff. Um, I would call it a lot of administration type of things, which you have to do in your business. There's been seasons of my business where I have admins and different people helping me in that. And right now in this kind of season, I'm doing all of that myself. So that is, I think that we have to stay balanced in things with our walk with the Lord, and what He's saying for us to do. So I don't know about you, but the things that I love to do, oh, thank you. Bless you too. I'm waiting to hear some people describe a word or sentence for their week. If you come up with a word or sentence for my week, because it had such, I I think that what I would say is my buckets got overflowed with just love and family, and that really helped me move towards doing some of the things that aren't my favorite things, whether it is organizing, cleaning, cleaning things out, kind of reorganizing, sorting, giving things like all these things that sometimes build up. And when you work from home, um, sometimes when I had my office outside of the house, it was very easy to have focus time for one and focus time for the other. But in this last season of about probably 5 years or 6 years of being working from my home, um, that has been a big challenge of mine. So just the victory that I got dinner on. I'm just saying, what's for dinner is sometimes a challenge. So I don't know what the thing is for you and what the challenge is for you, but I think that we have to do the things that we love and sometimes the hard things all at the same time. And I feel like it's discipline. God gives us, not only does he give us revelation and does he give us strategy, but there are times when he's calling us to do the hard things and be disciplined, and the fruit of the spirit of self-control. Meaning I caught myself several times. I had calls coming in. I had things that if you guys know me, I would like talking, not so hard. But I'd love to know, like, what are some of your hard things? I may be saying cleaning and doing all the administrative things and finishing things that I just since I was sick in December and January, I feel like it's taken me like a month and a half to catch back up to everything. And I've had to have that discipline and time blocks. And what that looked like was I literally didn't answer my phone. And I also learned some interesting things about myself. I think that sometimes to listen to something, and I did get to catch up with a few um, calls and people that I've been trying to connect with. So it was kind of like these little things that weren't that I had to follow up. I had to do. For me, writing lists is really helpful and time blocking. So sometimes I will just put a 2 hour block on my calendar. And here's the thing, if something else happens, I have to make time for that 2 hour time block, whether it is now I got to do an hour and an hour. And I know you may not think of these as the deep spiritual things. I have to open my window here for a minute. Okay, I may have to turn, I don't know. Ooh, all of a sudden, it was cold here. Ooh, all of a sudden, I am getting hot. I am getting hot. And yeah, and there were some calls that I did have to take. So it's just like balance of everything. Yeah, you can see the, oh my goodness, guys. I hope you enjoyed just my transparency and just truth. But I feel like it was like polar opposite sides of the spectrum for the last 7 days for me, where even getting ready and what I brought to wear, like, here's the thing, I don't wear heels like I used to. So you know what? I brought 3 different pairs. One ended up having a hole in it. The other was missing something on the bottom of it. And so out of the 3 pairs of shoes, I had one that worked. I had a whole bunch of tights. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I better just bring them all because I'm not sure which ones fit me." Because I used to wear dresses and tights a lot, but I'm working out of my house a lot, and then in between, I'll go take a little walk and everything. So I don't dress up like I used to. It was the same with what dresses I'm going to wear. I had to bring three dresses to go up there. And guess what? Only one. Hi, Kenneth. How are you? Hi. So I'm just talking about like, and so I literally, one of the dresses I totally thought I was going to wear, it had a little tiny stain on it. And then my jacket, which out of all of the ones I brought, I had one jacket that was just a little too tight. It was like my arms were just like, shh. That's always a little disappointing, when you're not quite where you used to be. Um, and so that one was definitely out because I felt like I would not be comfortable in it. Shalom from Pakistan. Great to have you. And I'm just sharing this because if I'm just being real, like this, I don't know why I'm kind of sharing my whole week, but there was some hard stuff in the middle. Like I was honestly not feeling so confident about myself. The outfits that were my go-to outfits that I always looked really good in. My one favorite jacket, the last time I wore it at a wedding, evidently, I used to wear it professionally in the all the time because but who's going to wear a suit jacket when it just it just kind of looks silly wearing a suit jacket in your house and heels. And so I think that as we transition into different seasons, things look different. And so the one outfit that I did have, I love the dress, and I had like a long cardigan, and it looked okay. I mean, I didn't feel like it was as dressy as it should have been, and it was definitely a little more semi-formal, and I didn't have anything semi-formal at that moment. And the outfit, the one that was going to be my favorite outfit I wanted to wear, and at the very end, I saw that it had two stains on it right on the lapel. There was no way it needed to be dry cleaned. And then the dress, kind of same thing. So I had to wear my option 3 choice. It was, it's a pretty dress. I mean, it, um, it's not necessarily anything that, like, if you know me, I love kind of bling and I love bright colors. So my one magenta jacket that was my favorite was the one that was a little tight here and just didn't would have probably been extremely uncomfortable. And then my other jacket, which was my all-time favorite one, it had a stain on it. So I had to wear the backup dress number 3. I had to wear the backup shoes. I had to wear option number 3 on everything. I dressed it up with jewelry, but oh, hugs from your wife. Awesome. Yeah, that would be cool. Some Pakistani outfits. That would be really awesome. So yeah, so I think that this moral of what is the theme around the campfire today is this week had some wonderful things in it. I got to see my family, but if I'm being real, there were some moments where my hair is darker than it really has been in a very long time. I would have loved to probably have had a hair. I mean, my hair looks fine. I'm just saying I've been trimming my own hair and it's healthy. It's growing back like crazy with the collagen I'm taking. So I mean, it's a blessing. I lost a lot of hair during getting COVID and then also menopause. And so I have hair. Like that's beautiful. It used to, like I've got nice hair. I had some rollers. Yeah, to be grateful for those things. But I had to really, really focus on being grateful. There was a few situations that weren't so lovely and brought up some feelings of me feeling like maybe a little down. But you know what? When you choose to push towards it. Choose to be grateful. I was so grateful that I got to stay with my cousin and have 2 great nights with her. We lost her sister around the same time we lost my second dad. And so life is important. So am I going to choose not to go, or am I going to choose to just have this really um insecure attitude about myself and really focus on that and not bring joy and not bring gratitude because you know what, things aren't fitting me and I didn't have the dress that made me feel I hadn't had my hair done, whatever it is. I mean, I did my hair, I did my makeup. I'm sure most people thought I looked just fine. But inside these two walls in the middle of here, there was a lot of things I had to take captive and just take those thoughts captive and say, no, I'm choosing to show up and be gratitude and thankful, loving, and love where it's at. Because here's the truth. This wedding it was a wedding. How beautiful. I love weddings with what they represent. And, they're 22 years old. They're just starting their life. And they're so I I could have, like I said, focused on my knees were bothering me, my legs were bothering me. I did a whole bunch of had to wear some menthol smelly stuff one night. But you know what? I was so grateful to be there and to get to be around the people I was around and get to see live and in living color and capture some beautiful times and moments and see people that I love. And so it came with a different, and then this week it was the same way. I, had to do some things that aren't my favorite things to do. I but I needed to do them. And so I just want to encourage you. I don't know what that looks like for you, but God will give us the ability to focus in. He'll give us the strategy of what we need to do. And and he'll help you with all of those things. So yeah, and graceful hairs. And I have some wisdom in them. As it's growing back, I do have a little bit of platinum white, but it looks like blonde, but if you look close, you can see it. But you know what? I am grateful to be healthy. There was some time last year where I had to not come to things. I was sick, had influenza B, had issues with my legs for a season and in my joints. So I was grateful I could walk in my heels. I brought my tennis shoes, and guess what? I wore those suckers. They kind of blended in because I had black tights on. But my whole point is that let's find the joy, let's find the things. I'm so grateful. I feel so much lighter after finishing a lot of those things that I just needed to get done. Um, I think yesterday I finished a lot of it and I'm like, yes, yes, I got it done. And maybe some of the things that I wanted to get done this week didn't happen. So I'm just going to pray for you. So, Lord, we just thank you, God. We thank you for all the things that we get to walk through, Lord. And we thank you that we want to have your lens, Lord. So this we see things from a lens of gratitude, God. We see things from where you're developing muscles in us of discipline, of self-control, of loving, of all of the things, God. We thank you for that, Lord. I bless every single one of the people that are watching. God, I send blessings to every single country where they're watching. We bless Kenya. We bless Pakistan. I bless every single person that's watching now or later. God, just release your hope, release your joy. And I just thank you that even as they're thinking of their week, they will do the hard things because you will give them strength. You give us strength to walk through everything, God. You are right with us. So I bless you guys. Have an amazing week. I will be back on Monday and I am working on some other fun things behind the scenes. So blessings to you all. Bye.